Judge That Disc Golfer, the game show where you judge a disc golfer you've never met. All right, hey, my name's Matt. What's your name?
I'm Tim Melly.
All right, Tim. How long have you been playing disc golf for?
I think this is my 4th summer. I started summer going into 8th grade.
Okay. Do you have a PDGA number?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
120149, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And what is your PDGA rating, if you don't mind me asking?
Ooh. I don't even remember. It's really low.
Like, what range are we talking?
Like mid 800s. I promise I'm better than that. I've only played a few rounds on it, but
awesome. So, have you played in any competitions?
Yeah, a few of them.
Okay. What's your best finish in any division?
I think I was 5th or 6th in in junior 15s at the Northeast Junior Disc Golf Championships.
Awesome. All right. So you've been playing a little while here. How far can you throw a disc? Okay, Steve. So here's how the game works. It's a question like that. How far is he going to say he can throw a disc? We're not going to have him throw one. So really it should be how far will you say? And we're going to make Nick go first. It's not Price is Right style. It's the closest in general to what he answers. So Nick, how far can he throw a disc, or how far will he say?
300 feet.
All right, Nick says 300. Nick's, what's your average on this game? We played 6 weeks in a row. How many have you won?
Like, I'm pretty sure I'm 1 for 6.
Okay.
And that's like maybe.
All right, Steve. So what do you think he's going to say for how far can you throw a disc? What do you think he's going to answer?
First of all, I got to say, I like Tim Melly a ton.
Oh,
this guy is very, very fun to watch.
Oh boy.
He seems very grounded. He seems like he doesn't think too much of himself. He's not, his poop stinks just like everybody else's. But I have a feeling, look, and he's kind of wiry. I think this guy can throw.
He's commenting right now. Apparently he's watching live.
Well, I think that Tim Melly can throw that disc quite a distance. I'm going to give him 340.
So Tim had before we started back up, Tim had commented. He says, "Dang, Nick, that hurts a little." So Tim, I'm sorry. My guesses have been so bad in this game where someone comes on and I think, hey, that person can probably throw 450 feet. And then they say 245.
This is the first time that we've had one of the guest contestants or guest players come on to the show live. This is the first time, so this is excellent. Okay, so you said what did you say, 30 or 50?
340.
I said 340, and I'll admit that I was going to say 400.
Okay.
But Nick went to 300, and I just have to be closer, so
yeah,
I went to 340.
It's true. It's the over-under, so let's hear what Tim said. Here we go.
I was going to say like 475.
Flat ground around 450 is the farthest I've thrown on flat ground.
Tim, I'm going to take you up on that. I want to see that.
Just as a follow-up here, because you said junior division, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay, you're 16. You can throw flat ground around 450 feet. How many discs? Okay, so I just want to follow up. That point goes to Steve. So, Steve, you were the closest. It was a good strategy. You just have to be – just don't do like the 301, 340 is good. So 1 point to Steve. Here we go. I kind of missed the beginning of this question here. I said how far I think so, or let's see what the question
is. You said how many?
Okay, well, let's see. Here we go. Do you have in your bag?
Ooh, I don't know.
All right, you can count.
I can count.
Okay, so how many discs do you have in your bag? So you can kind of see, or you could see, I'll kind of put it back up. It's a little small there for the live viewers, but you can kind of see his bag. Steve, you're up first this time. How many discs is he going to say are in his bag?
I gotta get real close on there. It looks like he's got 4 or 5 putters.
We'll put full screen up. There you go.
Which I would think would be enough putters. And I'm gonna guess 850 rated. He can throw 450, and he's not. Yeah, that I think you're better than 850 rated, also, Tim. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's got 19 discs in there.
Okay, 19 discs it is. Go ahead, Nick. What do you think?
23.
20?
Yeah.
Okay, so the under on 19 or 21 would go to Steve. 22 would go to Nick. So let's see what happens here. Or the over 23. All right, here we go. Let's see who gets the points.
Right now I have 22. I normally have a couple less, but I got a couple new destroyers that I want to test out today. So
Okay, so that is incredible. That goes to Nick, right? You said 23, right?
Yeah.
So that 22 goes to you. Yeah, there you go. That was very close. You guys were.
Can we clarify? Are those two destroyers? He was just testing out new destroyers. I didn't
So do
think
we
those
count
counted.
those? Yeah.
That's excellent. Good point. Yeah, well, they're in his bag. So, all right.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
Tim, you had commented. You said, let's do it. Nick and I DM you. Shoot me a message on Facebook, Nicholas Carl, or Instagram, Disc Golf Nick Carl. We'll get out for a round this week.
All right, so here we go. That point goes to Nick. We are at a dead heat. There's 6 questions, so there's 4 left. Here we go. Question number 3. Okay, so 22 discs. All right, next question. Do you have any aces? Okay, we asked, do you have any aces? The question should more have been, how many aces have you thrown?
Yeah.
That's the assumption when this question was asked. But do you have any aces? He's going to give an answer. What do you think, Nick?
So this is yes or no at this point.
Well, you can say yes or no. If you say no, then there's no number. If you say yes, give us a number.
Oh, okay. Yes with 2.
Okay. Nick says 2. So, Steve, you can guess the same number at this point. Not for question 6, you can't. But you could if you want to now. Yeah, or you could say 1 or 3 or whatever. So, go ahead and give your answer, Steve.
Am I correct in thinking that Tim started playing when he was 8, did he say?
Ooh, 3 or 4 years. He said he was 16.
Yeah.
No, it was about 12.
Yeah,
12
12 or
years
13.
Oh, just 3 or 4. Okay, I heard the number 8, but okay. So 4 years. Ew. I believe Tim has 4 aces, but I'm going to go ahead and caveat that because I think some of those aces were on really short holes, and I wouldn't count those as aces myself, Tim. But I bet you do, and I bet you got 4.
All right, let's see what happens here. It's tied up.
I do have 1 ace.
Okay, you have 1 ace. Do you have... Okay, so he said... flip this screen around. He says he has 1, so that goes to Nick. But I was there in conversation. This was actually this morning recorded, Steve. That's what Maple looked like this morning. And he actually told me, I think it was him, about having a few, like, black aces of sorts or something along those lines. So no, they didn't count.
Yeah.
So you were actually kind of right on in a way. All right. So that was pretty good too. It'd almost be like half a point there, but we didn't put it on there. So, all right. So another point to Nick. Let's go ahead and pull this back up here. And I missed part of the question again, but let's listen in. Have a favorite pro disc golfer, whether it's FPO or MPO, male or female. Do you have a favorite pro disc golfer?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I have a lot of favorites, but...
Okay, so you do, or you have a lot. You had to choose just one player. Who would it be? Okay, we asked him if he had to choose one of his favorites. He said he has a lot. There's a lot of pros out there, Steve. It's not like 20 years ago when you had the top 4. So go ahead. It's just like free range here. I think it's actually Steve's answer.
Steve's up.
All right, Steve. You're down 1.
He's playing at Maple Hill. There's a local pro that plays at Maple Hill a lot. There's another local pro that got engaged at Maple Hill, but I don't think that's good enough. I'm going with Simon Lazat.
He took my answer because that's my safe bet.
That's the safe bet. That's always the safe bet.
So he's got an end of a bag, throws destroyers, but putts with dynamic. I'm going to go Ricky.
Okay.
Ricky Wysocki.
Ricky. Let's listen in and hear what he says.
Right now, I'd have to say Garrett Gerthy. I love watching him throw wicked far.
Okay.
Great.
Would you Yeah, if you didn't catch
the point, yeah.
The New England accent, he goes, I like watching him throw wicked far. So, Garrett Gerthy, that's a first for Garrett Gerthy on our show. We've had quite a few Simons. We have had some Pauls. We had Kevin Jones.
Yep.
All right, so no point there. You're still only down by 1. That was question 4, right? This is question 5. Here we go. Question number 5.
Wait,
What? Yeah, go ahead,
Are
Steve.
we sure the number of discs in the bag? Wasn't there some question on that one?
Yeah, we could check right now if you want to count. No, okay.
All right, go ahead.
Here we go. There. Get your second ace on a hole that plays over 400 feet or play around with Garrett Gerthy. Okay, so the question was, because we cut off the front a little bit there, would you rather get your second ace, because he already had 1, get your second ace on a 400-foot hole, or play around with Garrett Gerthy, who he said would be his favorite pro at this point? So this goes to Nick. What is he going to say? That's a big ace.
I'm going to have to go with around with Garrett Gurthie because that sounds like a blast.
Okay, there's only one or the other here, Steve. So you going with Nick, and you're gonna stay. If it's a tie there and you get the same answer, you're still only down 1. If you go opposite, it's wrong. You're down 2. But if you're right and you go opposite, then you'll be tied, and that'll be better. So whatever you want to do.
How many more questions? How many more questions are there?
There's only one more.
One more after this.
Unfortunately, I have to go with Nick because I don't think Tim's too worried about his second ace. I think heck, I'd rather play with Garrett Gurthie than ace a 400-foot hole, and I can't even throw 400 feet.
All right, let's see what he answered. Here we go. All right, sorry, I paused it. Here we go.
I'd say play around with Garrett. That'd be really fun. He seems like a cool guy.
Now, if it was like a 600-foot ace to win a tournament, that would be a different story.
I'll have to rephrase the question.
We'll have to make that a little harder.
Make it crazy. Yeah. Make it crazy.
Win $1 million or play with Garrett Gurthie.
That's actually a good question.
Tim, what do you think if you're still in the comments?
That is
what do you want?
That's a good question. $1 million or play with your
let's say pro. Not $1 million. Let's say $1,000 cash tomorrow or play around with Garrett Gurthie. Tim, if you're still in there, I want to see it.
Interesting follow-up.
How about win a car? Okay. Win a car or play around with Garrett Gurthie.
Okay, so those are I'm gonna have to rephrase
I'd love a new car.
You're like, forget Paul and Simon. I've played enough.
I've played enough with them. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so good strategy, Steve, because you're making it down to the last question, 1 down. So, and he gets to answer first.
No, Steve does.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Steve can guess the answer, and you can't guess it. No. All right, let's see. Here we go. Final question 6. Awesome. He is a cool guy. All right, and then let's ask as a follow-up here, what course do you usually play at Maple Hill?
I like to play FPO Golds. That's my favorite course to play.
Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be an FPO Golds hole or layout, but what would you say is your favorite hole at Maple Hill? Okay, favorite hole at Maple Hill. This is there's a lot of options. You do not have to guess the color scheme, the flag scheme. You just have to get the number correctly, or closest to. And it's not by proximity on the course. So if you say hole 8, but it's hole 14, and Nick says 11, Nick's closer than you. It's not proximity. Like hole 8 is close to. Never mind. You actually have to be close by number in order. So any number 1 through 18 you can guess. Steve, you're up. What's Tim going to say is his favorite hole on the course?
So I'm going to guess the hole, and then I'm going to guess the configuration for a bonus point.
Ooh, for the win.
Okay.
If you do that,
that's right. That would be for the win.
If you do that, Steve, if you do that, yes, you
I'll happily give that.
Wow.
To you.
So it's hole number 1. Clearly, he can throw 450 feet, and it's a super fun shot. And I'm going to go ahead and say he said the FPO Gold course, which is the blue course on hole 1, or the diamond course. And that's the hole that is his favorite hole. And back when I could throw 400 feet, that was also my favorite hole. So Tim, great choice. And I'm so glad that it was the blue course that you liked the best, because that's a really fun second shot. I wish your short game was better, because you'd love that hole even more.
Game over, Nick. He got it right.
Now
we'll say goodnight. No.
Now that, Steve has brought up Tim's short game, how it's kind of a mess right now, he's going with hole 14 golds, because there's no better feeling at Maple Hill than parking hole 14 golds for the deuce.
Okay, so he did say FPO Gold. Now, just like you talked.
Yeah, but we said any layout.
You talked Hunter Thomas Foundation out of it. I'm trying to do the same for you.
Nope. I'm hole 14 golds all the way.
All right, so let's see. It depends who gets this right. Closest to. All right, so let's see what he answers. Here we go, Tim.
Easily 12 golds.
Oh,
that's really fun.
Okay, awesome. 12 golds.
Come on,
so
Tim.
As far as that goes, Nick, you have just gotten your second win, and
my
Steve Dodge,
second win in 6 weeks on my own show.
Steve Dodge was beat with his own course. No, player at your course. We should give away like memberships or something. We'll pay for them. No, I'm kidding. We can't do that. We don't make any money.
That's Patreon level 100.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just wrap up. We're just gonna hear his outro here of what he says is interesting in his bag. Then we're closing the show down. So let's just see what he says about that. And then I guess as a closing out question, what do you think is the most unique thing in your disc golf bag?
Most unique thing in my disc golf
It can be
bag?
anything. It doesn't even have to be unique, but to you, it might be the most unique thing.
He's got a signed disc by a pro.
Good question. Let's see.
Got to think about it.
I don't know. I really like throwing blue discs. I have a lot of pretty blue discs like that. I don't have that one. I have this. So I'm trying to, slowly, every new disc I get lately, I'm trying to get it blue. So eventually I want an entirely blue bag.
Awesome.
So, I don't know if that's super unique, but I don't know.
That's cool. Thanks for sharing, Tim, and have a good round. All right.
Real quick, guys, we want to just say, Steve Dodge, thank you so much. You've been an incredible guest, an incredible game contestant. We know you got to go right now, so we want to make this short and brief. Please, everyone, go buy Birdie, the board game. It is so fun. It's an absolute blast. No, but on a serious note, Steve, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being on, and we hope we can do this again soon.
Yeah, Steve, you...
So, on a serious note, how many subscribers do you guys have right now?
On YouTube, I think we have we had a few tonight subscribe. Thanks to you. I think we have 400 and I don't know. I'm gonna guess 18 on YouTube, and we've got
427.
Okay, 427 on YouTube. I don't know how many on iTunes right now. Facebook maybe 120. So we're doing okay. But what do you think?
I think when you guys get to 500, we would like to send a Birdie game to one of your subscribers.
Ooh.
You heard it here first, folks. Another Nick and Matt Show exclusive. 500 subscribers, and then we're going to do a giveaway from Steve Dodge himself. Birdie the board game.
I think that's our first exclusive. We'll have to
we've
mark
had
this down.
a couple. The exclusive was, Simon's buying a house in Massachusetts.
But this is
we've
the
had
first
a couple low-key ones.
But this is the first giveaway ever on the Nick and Matt Show.
Absolutely.
All right. We haven't bought any of our followers to date. Thank you for buying them for us, Steve. All right. Good having you, Steve. We'll check back with you another time. Good luck out there. Have fun with the family, and thanks for coming in.
See you at Maple Hill soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
The Nick and Matt Show.